Well, here in Greenwich Park is a bath, actually, and it's called Queen Caroline's Bath. It's part of the old Montague Palace that sat here. The only thing that remains now are these walls, the outer walls, and this bath, because this bath was actually in the conservatory, a bathhouse annex onto it. Rather interesting. Now, who was Queen Caroline then? The person who this is named after. She was Caroline of Brunswick. She was the wife of Prince George, the son of George III, and they married in 1795. In all intents and purposes, they seemed to dislike each other greatly. Indeed, Prince George described her as unattractive and unhygienic, which is weirdly specific, and that perhaps explains maybe the bath there. They had a child, Princess Charlotte, but it didn't last long. After a year, they went their separate ways. Significantly, though, she refused to grant him a divorce, so they were still married, but he sent her packing over here to Greenwich, to Montague Palace, or Montague House, where apparently she lived a life of decadence. Now, this could be true, or it could be fake propaganda put out by George to besmirch her name, whatever, but apparently it was a decadence, drinking lots, eating lots, orgies, etc., etc., etc. But anyway, she lived here. Eventually, she moved off to Italy. But fast forward 20 years to 1820, and of course, George assumes the throne as George IV. His father, George III, dies. Now, as I said, Caroline never gave him a divorce, so she assumed and she demanded that she should become queen consort of this new king. He was livid, extremely angry, tried all sorts of ways to stop her from taking on the power, but she came over to England, and actually she was extremely popular with the people because the new king, George, was very unpopular with he was seen as decadent and pretty ineffectual, so she was seen as very popular. He refused her going to the coronation, so she was almost crowned Queen Consort without actually being there, which I don't know if it makes it official. But anyway, she died 3 weeks after the coronation. Maybe a bit convenient there for George. But good on her, old Caroline, for refusing to be dominated too much by the man, George the Fourth, who by all intents and purposes, I'm not sure comes across greatly from this. But you can still see her bath here today, randomly in the middle here.